Good afternoon. I'm Dan Mwangye, clinical psychologist in Uganda. This afternoon, I feel I should talk about post-traumatic stress disorder. This is a psychiatric symptom that proceeds or develops after exposure to traumatic incidents such as wars, accidents, physical assault like rape, defilement, natural disasters such as floods, earthquakes, getting involved in an accident. This psychiatric disorder, it happens as a result of getting involved in it, or witnessing it, or learning that it has occurred to a friend. Currently, there is a suggestion that even watching them over the media is like as if you are witnessing them. This one, according to one study by Anenta and others in 2018, it is regarded as one of the most incapacitating and mental health issues among soldiers, with prevalence of 5 to 20%, and among civilians with a prevalence rate of 5 to 10%. Before I look into the symptoms, I want to talk about how this mental disorder can be treated. The best treatment for this mental disorder is talk therapy. In talk therapy, we look at narrative exposure therapy. Here we encourage the victims to talk much about what happened, then as we help them so that it gets habituated and it does not affect their brain. To be diagnosed with this, it starts as an acute stress reaction. Then after months, it becomes post-traumatic stress disorder. This one has signs and symptoms which I want to pay attention to. Another treatment apart from talk therapy, still you can get some medication. That is through treatment, you get some antidepressants, then you are treated, but the best treatment is talk therapy. Among the symptoms, we have re-experiencing symptoms, and we have re-experiencing symptoms. We have avoidance symptoms. You try to avoid traumatic or things that can trigger or remind you of a traumatic incident. Then there is negative alteration in cognition or mood. Then there is increased arousal or reactivity. In re-experiencing symptoms, we have persistent intrusive, distressing memories, whereby they become recurrent and as if the traumatic incident is happening again. Also, you have distressing dreams, which also they tend to show as if it is happening. We call it nightmares. You get flashbacks. Then also we go to another symptom, which is avoidance. In avoidance, you make deliberate efforts to avoid thoughts, memories, feelings, or talking about the traumatic incidents. When somebody brings a story that reminds you, you run away, you try to avoid. Also, you avoid situations, activities, objects, or people who may remind. This one especially occurs to those who are raped, and even those who are involved in accidents. They try to avoid the motor car, they try to avoid such a people. Then in negative alterations in cognition, there is what we call dissociative amnesia. This is inability to remember an important aspect of the traumatic incident. This amnesia should not be as a result of medical condition, alcohol or drug abuse, or brain injury. Then also there is persistent and exaggerated negative expectation of belief regarding somebody's important aspect of life. They start judging themselves. Also, there is persistent negative mood. Here they develop excessive fear, horror, anger, guilt, shame, and which begin immediately after and worsens as a result of traumatic incident. Then also there is diminished interest in participation, a diminished interest or participation in previously enjoyed activities. If you used to enjoy partying, going to church, watching games, you lose that interest, and the result, you end up withdrawing. There is a feeling of detached or estranged from other people. There is also persistent or inability to feel positive emotions, emotions of joy, emotions of happiness, emotions of satisfaction, and emotions which are associated with intimacy, tenderness, and sexuality. Then another symptom, which is the last, and which is increased arousal or reactivity. This one and that one, there is irritability. People are quickly annoyed. They are quick-tempered. They can easily yell at people, fight, destroy objects, even when there is less provocation. Then they engage in reckless or self-destructive behaviors such as driving, excessive alcohol or drug use. Others engage in self-harm. Also, there is hypervigilance, whereby some people are always alert. The rate of alertness increases. There is also increased reaction to an unexpected stimuli. When somebody maybe bang the door, somebody can jump and maybe take a cover, or the response is not in relation to what has happened. Also, they have concentration problem. The memory gets fed up, and they also get problems with sleep. Otherwise, thank you for listening to me. I remain Dan Mwangye, Senior Clinical Psychologist, Uganda. I wish you well as you work on this post-traumatic stress disorder. At the point of emphasis, if you experience these symptoms, the treatment is you talk about it time and again, so that it does not go much into your brain, which you call habituation, and will be okay.